Welcome to the Robbins Regional Wrap, your one-stop shop for all of your Houston County news. I'm Connor Hendricks. Each week, we're taking you through what's happening in Houston, Warner Robins, Robins Air Force Base, and your neighborhood. First up, a new Warner Robins homeless shelter is getting closer to opening its doors. Volunteers met last week to box up clothing and build beds. Ellie Milliken talked to people to hear why they wanted to help.
People hard at work in Warner Robins. The A team in charge of breaking down the beds and the B team working to make boxes and pack them with clothing and toiletries. It's all to help a new homeless shelter, Haven Hope House, open its doors. Assembly of Warner Robins Church in the city met around 9 a.m. to assign jobs to around 40 volunteers.
Disabled, but I am not incapable.
Tiffany Hahn is blind and disabled, but is at the serving event to help out.
So glad to be used. I'm tired of sitting in a chair and thinking I can't. And so I'm here to do what I can to love others, to be that hope.
Hahn says 10 years ago she was homeless and had lost all hope until Jesus saved her life and put her back on her feet.
We want to be able to look over and say there should be no one who goes to sleep at night cold, hungry, feeling alone, and like there is no hope. There's hope here.
So she prayed and worshiped while encouraging the other volunteers. Hahn says she wants people off the street and to feel seen.
We should be boasting that we'll never leave anybody behind. There should be no one on the street. Now, are there drugs involved? Yes. Let's get the people counselors for that.
Holly Beaker works at Robins Air Force Base and is a part of the church Assembly of Warner Robins. She wanted to help since her job's been paused due to the government shutdown.
Absolutely love it. It gets me out of the house. I'm furloughed, so sitting around has just been, I've been climbing the walls. So this is an opportunity for me to get out and stay busy, stay focused, and help the community.
As the temperatures start to cool, Beaker says her heart breaks seeing people in the cold.
You just see them in little corners tucked away, and my heart breaks when it gets down to 30 below, and they're out there the size of a stick and no jackets, no coats, no shoes. So I think we desperately need this.
The shelter will feature around 65 beds and have people there to provide different services for the homeless community. In Warner Robins, Ellie Milliken, 13 WMAZ News.
Every third Saturday of the month, Assembly of Warner Robins will feed the homeless and give them items there. The shelter is located at 79 Green Street in Warner Robins. And this week, the shelter opened its doors actually sooner than expected, not for a grand opening, but out of necessity. With temperatures dropping, city leaders made the call to welcome people in early. Tuesday night, doors were open, giving folks without a home a safe, warm place to stay. Jasmine Lee shows us how this new shelter is already becoming a lifeline for those who need it most.
In the failure to follow our rules, we may ask you to leave for the night, okay?
Inside these doors, Tonight Relief replaces the realities on the streets. People who once fought to survive the cold can now find safety, warmth, and a bed to call their own.
You people that open these doors have opened new life for people. We're walking dead out there.
Margaret Nielsen has lived on the streets for nearly a decade. She believes this emergency shelter could mean a difference between life and death.
The weather is beating us every day. Whether it be summer or winter, it beats you down like someone's punching you constantly from morning, noon, and night.
The shelter offers more than a bed. People can get a hot meal, take a shower, receive clean clothes and hygiene items, plus find a safe space for the night. It can also house up to 60 people at a time. And for Nielsen, it's more than what the shelter provides. It's about what it represents.
They opened the doors to me. I used to pray, will somebody, God, please pick me up off the side of the street or behind the store where I'm sleeping and take me home with them so I can be warm for a night.
Haven Hope House's supervisor Brian Wise says this emergency opening is a first step toward a bigger goal, creating a full-time shelter for Warner Robins' homeless community.
And our goal now is to get the shelter open for a daytime shelter. That's how we're going to start off. We're trying to get everything finalized with the assembly. And also, we still got to get alarm systems in here.
And for Nielsen, this night is about more than staying warm. It's about finding a place that feels like hope.
I'm phenomenally grateful.
Wise says he hopes the shelter will officially open by the end of the month. Reporting in Warner Robins, Jasmine Lee, 13 WMAZ News.
Some folks in Perry are starting to question the fire protection fee that's included in their monthly city services bill. Elizabeth Hunter talked to Perry's acting city manager to find out what the fee's for and why it keeps going up.
Perry's fire protection fee is fueling some frustrations.
It is frustrating.
What started as a $7 monthly fee in 2014 now costs $24.75 a month.
I mean, they just keep going up on the bills.
The fire protection fee is part of the monthly city services bill. For Robert Russell, it's gotten to be too much.
It's just boiling the frog. You just start out low and then add a little increase to it to the next thing you know. It's like, why is my water bill so high?
Russell says his main frustration is that the city keeps raising the fee with no explanation.
I don't have a clue what they're doing with the money.
Acting City Manager Robert Smith says the fee is necessary to keep emergency response times low and homeowners' insurance rates affordable.
It actually allows us to operate our fire protection services.
Smith says the fee covers the operating costs of Perry's 2 fire stations.
Basically operating our 2 fire stations, it pays our employees, it maintains those facilities, provides operational expenses for those facilities.
He says the cost of the fee keeps going up because operating expenses keep rising.
We have to cover our costs. We do adjust our rates on an annual basis based on expenditures.
Smith says safety is a priority for Perry, and the city increases the fee only when necessary to keep Perry a secure place to live.
We have a very effective rate that allows us to provide superior services to our residents and businesses.
In Perry, Elizabeth Hunter, 13 WMAZ News.
Perry City Services bill includes fees for fire protection, water, sewer, gas, solid waste, and stormwater. The breakdown ranges from $5.55 for gas to nearly $29 for solid waste. And Warner Robins police are aiming to get guns off the streets. Their campaign sparked by one family's tragic loss. In 2024, someone shot and killed 14-year-old Traquavius Holloway. His family started Operation Lay It Down. It's an anonymous gun turn-in drive to reduce violence. Elizabeth Hunter has more details on why advocates say the event is so important.
One family is trying to use their tragedy to make a difference.
Turn that gun in, that we could save a life and possibly your own child's life.
Willis Rains is the leader of the Combat Bullying Tour. He says over the last 5 years, violence has risen drastically among school-aged children.
Our young people, they're making bad choices, bad decisions.
He says entertainment like music and TV normalize violence, making kids think it's okay.
Rich, poor, black, white, they're all faced with the same thing because we're dealing with a culture now.
Rains says he's thankful to live in Warner Robins, where police are trying to get weapons off the street.
This is their second year doing this, and it says that they care. You know, it's take all of us coming together and working together to bring about change.
Warner Robins Police Chief Wayne Fisher says this event is not about taking legally owned guns.
Warner Robins Police Department is a very pro-2A, Second Amendment community. We support firearms ownership. This is not a gun buyback. This is not a politically driven or motivated activity.
Fisher says their goal is to give adults a safe, no questions asked way to bring unwanted or found firearms to police for disposal.
What we're asking is from the community to work in partnership with us in regards to taking these firearms that they have question about and getting them off the street.
Last year, people turned in 5 firearms. Fisher says bringing in even one gun can prevent a tragedy. In Warner Robins, Elizabeth Hunter, 13 WMAZ News.
If you have a firearm that you don't want or you found one that's not yours, you can turn it in, no questions asked, this Saturday at Perkins Field in Warner Robins from 10 to 3. Well, the longest federal government shutdown in American history is now over. After 43 days, the federal government is now open and thousands of federal employees began returning to work Thursday, including in Warner Robins, where the economy revolves around Robins Air Force Base. Now, small businesses hope to begin a recovery after the 43-day shutdown. Hunter King reports.
We went to Greg's 2.0 restaurant. It's right across the street from Robins Air Force Base. And on any given day, they say about 90% of their lunch rush is from workers who work here at Robins Air Force Base.
For 43 days, that lunch rush disappeared. Manager Dora Torres watched the restaurant turn into a ghost town.
When everything happened, it just, you could tell the difference. You could tell that they weren't around.
Greg's 2.0 was already battling inflation, and then the government shut down.
Our local customers is what's been keeping us alive, and we're really appreciative of them, because without them, you know, we would have to shut down as well.
David Knight is a disabled veteran who works at the base. He says the impact was hard on everyone.
It's put a lot of pressure on a lot of people on the base, off base. I mean, and Everybody needs to be able to make money and pay bills and support their families.
Knight says Greg's is normally packed.
This place was always full, and then when all the government shutdown went on and everything, people not coming here to go to work, I mean, businesses here have really taken a toll on them.
But last night that changed. At Greg's, the lunch rush returned. More than a dozen base workers came through Greg's during the lunch hour today. All of them regulars. All of them grateful to be back. Reporting in Warner Robins, Hunter King, 13 WMAZ News.
The funding package extends government operations through the end of January. Federal workers will receive back pay for all 43 days of the shutdown. Now, Lake Joy is one of Houston County's most popular fishing spots, and each October it turns into the Trail of Terror, delivering scary good fun for a good cause. Some residents, though, say that there's a real life fright along Lake Joy Road. Since October of last year, Houston County 911 reports that there have been nearly 90 accidents overnight on Lake Joy. Now, some neighbors are calling for streetlights, saying it's time to make the roads a little bit safer. Elizabeth Hunter reports.
As the sun goes down, the chances of an accident go up.
I've had my mailbox hit several times. I've actually had the mailbox hit when I was opening it.
Keith Kendall has lived on Lake Joy Road for 39 years. He says after dark, it's a dangerous place.
After school and in the evening, it can get kind of rowdy.
Kendall says streetlights could make the road safer.
Lighting things up might help that somewhat as far as people running off the road.
He says his neighbor paid to put up a light on his own property, and it makes a difference.
My neighbor's got a street light right there that lights up his and half of my yard, so it makes you feel better.
Houston County's chief engineer Ronnie Held says the county doesn't do street lights.
A lot of people call and request us lights, but we don't put up street lights. We can permit and allow somebody to put street lights up.
Held says all Houston County can do is give permits to homeowners to put up their own lights. He says the county has no budget to put up more lights.
The county also has a tax cap, so we're kind of limited on what we can and can't do.
Held says the $2,000 in the budget for street illumination goes to the lights that the Georgia Department of Transportation requires them to have. In Houston County, Elizabeth Hunter, 13 WMAZ News.
Held says if you live on a city road, you have to reach out to the city to ask about a street light. Well, there's a new routine Houston students have to follow when they get on and off the school bus. The district says it's the newest layer of safety that's been in the works for a while. Our education reporter Naomi Washington shows us more.
Students bring their badge with them every day, and with that simple scan when they get on and off the bus, it ensures that the district knows students are at the right place.
How are you doing this morning?
Students have to scan a personal badge in the mornings and afternoons anytime they get on or off the bus. Adam Hartley is in his 6th year of bus driving for Houston schools. He says the system helps keep every student accounted for.
If a student scans their badge and it says it'll actually come up in a red frame that says unknown rider, or if they're getting off at a stop that is not their stop, it'll say unauthorized stop.
That alert gives drivers a chance to double check and make a quick call if a student is on the wrong route.
This also allows us to put a name to a face.
And personalize every greeting.
Good morning, Lindley.
Transportation Director Tom Walmer says the district can now track students in real time, adding a safety net if something goes wrong.
We can actually have the capability of looking that up from the transportation office. If the bus has something happen, we need to do a parent notification.
Walmer says they're still working out the kinks, and if a student forgets their badge, they won't be left behind. In Kathleen, Naomi Washington, 13 WMAZ News.
Now, those badges aren't just for bus rides. The transportation director says soon Houston County students can use them for lunch, library checkouts, even attendance. Now, if you have a high schooler at home, this month could be a big money saver. More than 60 Georgia colleges and universities are waiving their application fees in November. Naomi has the details.
Pressing submit on a college application usually comes with a cost, but this month, Georgia students can apply to more than 60 schools for free. Tara Pavel's daughter, Zain Muhammad, is a senior filling out applications right now.
What has been going through your mind with the cost of all these applications?
It's been a roller coaster, really. She's been getting super stressed about it. We've applied for some fee waivers.
Zain knows exactly what she wants in a school.
I'm looking for
kind of tight-knit communities and good research schools for political science and stuff.
She's applying to 9 colleges, and application fees average around $48 each.
9 schools, that adds up pretty quickly.
Haley Corbett with the Georgia Student Finance Commission says they are thankful for the schools participating.
We've invested in these students' public education. We want them to stay in state. We want them to have opportunities to continue to learn here and earn here. So we try to make it easy and accessible.
For Zane, it's one less thing to worry about as she looks to the future.
I'm excited to hear back, but I'm also just trying to be patient where I'm at because I know next year I'll be wishing I was back in high school.
Her family's focus is on what's next without the extra fees holding them back.
Again, that list of schools is on the Georgia Futures website. That's gafutures.org. The free college waivers end on November 30th, so you'll want to go ahead and get them in soon. Some applications do require a waiver code, so again, make sure you check Georgia Futures. Now, anyone applying through the Georgia Match Direct Admissions dashboard this month will automatically have their fees waived. Well, this school of the week is ready to ace any reading test that comes their way. At Peach County's K Road Elementary School, students start the day with something called Win Time. That's short for What I Need. It's a daily chance to get extra help in areas they normally struggle with. Naomi Washington sat in on their final meetup of the semester, and it was full of energy and learning.
Keeping K-Road students on track to be strong readers is also keeping them motivated. First grader Adeline Akridge says writing sentences is her main focus.
I'm still working on it because sometimes I don't know how to spell stuff.
And while these students are learning, so are the Fort Valley State University Wildcats.
Teaching it to them is fun for me because I just relearned it myself. So after Cox Campus came and retaught us what it was like to read again for the first time, phenomenal.
Second grader Kyler Jones says she's already made a lot of progress this year.
For doing that?
Her next goal is reading chapter books.
Because they have more pages and the regular books that have 24 or just more, not more, but less.
It's their last session together until January, and the students will be eager to see them again.
Sometimes we play fun games. They help us learn.
It's a partnership that builds stronger readers and future teachers too.
My favorite part is that aha moment, like when they're learning it and they don't quite get it, but that last time when they're like, wait, that moment of realization and that, wait, I get it.
A win-win for everyone.
Well, we want to come to your school next, so be sure to let us know what your School of the Week worthy students are up to this school year. You can reach out to Naomi directly at nwashington@13wmaz.com. Well, Tuesday was Veterans Day, and people around the nation came to gather to honor those who've served. That includes the Warner Robins community, of course. Dozens of veterans and their families came together inside of City Hall for the city's annual ceremony. Before that kicked off, some even gathered for a breakfast. The ceremony heard from Kathy Jones, president of Rolling Thunder Georgia 3, Mayor LaRhonda Patrick, and Honorary Speaker Lamar Pounds. Patrick talked about the importance of remembering on a day like Veterans Day.
We need to always remember that freedom is not free. Freedom was fought for, blood was shed, and we deserve every piece of freedom that we get, but it also must continue to be fought for. So to all of our brave military members in this audience, thank you.
The Rolling Thunder group donated a statue that'll sit in front of City Hall and the flagpole in front of City Hall in honor of prisoners of war and those missing in action. For years, Peach County leaders have promised a solution to the county's growing stray animal problem. This week, that promise became a reality. The county's first ever animal control facility opened after more than a decade of planning and delays. Jasmine Lee reports.
What used to be just an idea is now reality. Peach County's first animal control shelter is open. This marks the start of a new era in how the county handles stray and abandoned animals. After years of planning and patience, a promise finally has a place.
12 years later.
Years of talk, debate, and delay, but now what started as discussion stands on nearly 180 acres of county land. Among those who waited, kennel tech Shelby Hicks. She spent the last month getting every kennel ready for its four-legged guests.
I like to be in there
making sure they're taken care of, making sure they actually feel the love.
The new 28 kennel shelter will handle stray pickups, adoptions, and cruelty cases. For now, it'll run by appointment only and at a half capacity as staff settle in. Commissioner Wade Yoder says this shelter will also relieve local rescues that have been over capacity for years.
We run into quite a bit of obstacles, different locations. It was originally going to be at the Sheriff's Department, and we tried several other things, but it didn't work.
Until this year, Peach County didn't even have an animal control ordinance. That changed in February when commissioners passed rules banning animal abandonment and setting penalties for neglect. Leaders say it's not just a change in policy, it's a change in heart. And for Shelby Hicks, it's about giving every paw that walks through the door a second chance.
This is, for me, is making sure these animals know there's at least somebody out there who does love them.
Reporting in Peach County, Jasmine Lee, 13 WMAZ News.
The shelter's over on Old Clint Howard Road. For more information on adoptions, reporting strays, or other services at the new facility, you can call the shelter at the number at the bottom of your screen right there, 478-343-2638. And Warner Robins is also working on a new animal shelter. Right now it's in the design phase. This video you're taking a look at is of the current shelter, which is near capacity. County officials say that the SPLOST money to build it won't be available until early 2027. Well, it was certainly a fun Thursday in Perry. It was all about some old school horsepower at the Georgia National Fairgrounds. This week, the fairgrounds is hosting the Antique Agriculture Show. More than 300 fully restored tractors are featured in the show, but there's also multiple events like tractor pulling competitions and some hands-on demos. Thursday's main event, the Fun Pull, had more than 50 tractors participate.
I want to bring something to the community to educate them on how farming practices were back in the early 1900s. And throughout this show, you can see equipment and tractors that were used that brought us to where we are today.
Now, if you missed Thursday's fun, don't worry. The show is in town through Saturday. And also, if you want to help us fight hunger, you can get up and get ready and get involved with our Stuff the Truck event. Start collecting now, and you can drop off donations at Middle Georgia Community Food Bank trucks from November 18th through the 20th. We're all going to be out there at Walmart locations in Milledgeville, Dublin, Warner Robins, and Macon. For more details, go ahead and text the word truck to that number on your screen right there, 478-752-1309. We'll then send you the times, locations, and how you can get involved right to your phone. Well, that is a wrap on what's happening throughout the Robbins region this week. If you have a Houston County story that you want us to share, give us an email at news@13wmaz.com and make sure to come back every Friday to get all of your Houston County news and stories that matter to you. Thanks for joining us.